There were many people who failed to understand the housing bubble. I think that there are many different reasons. We can sort of try to analyze the psychology of it. The one that I find fascinating is why, how it was possible to have a housing bubble only 5 years after we had a tech bubble. One would have thought that you could not have had the same kind of massive financial delusion happen within 5 or 6 years. And normally you require all the people who lived through one of these things to die before you can have this happen again. And one would have thought nothing would have happened for 50 or 60 years. So I think the fascinating question in my mind is why this happened. I'm tempted to give sociological answers along the lines that the baby boomers were America's dumbest generation ever, but I don't really know I don't have a good answer on why. The financial crisis was induced by monetary policy, at least to the extent that people believed in the myth that central bankers had figured everything out, that things were efficient, that in effect there was a put underneath the markets where things would get bailed out so things could never go down. And if you believe that things can never go down, then they will tend to go up and up and up, and then they will crash very badly. And so I think that we would have been much better served had we been less complacent, and we would have fallen less far if we'd been watching out a little bit for the downside and not assuming that there were financial policymakers who were doing the job for us. There are many people ask many questions about whether the recession will end with a U or an L or a V-shaped recovery, and sort of about a lot of the tactical questions, how high is the unemployment rate going to go? Is it ticking down? Are things turning the corner? I tend to think the really important questions are not about the next 6 months, but about the next 20 years. The next 6 months is driven by the financial system, liquidity, what central banks do, what they don't do. The next 20 years are driven by science, technology, a set of questions that are very different from the ones that people are focused on.